I've always loved listening to internet radio, but I got so tired of the clunky apps and honestly the really expensive devices out there. I just wanted something simple, something I could actually hold, something that was just mine. So I figured, why not just build one? And that's what we're gonna do today. I'm gonna walk you through how you can build your very own Wi-Fi radio completely from scratch and for way less than you'd think.
So let's get right to it. We're talking about building a truly portable internet radio. And when I say simple and affordable, I really mean it. This is something that is not going to break the bank. And the best part? You absolutely do not need to be an engineer to pull this off. This is a project you could literally build this weekend and start using every single day.
Okay, so, the spark. Where did this whole idea come from? Well, for me, it was all about wanting a radio that was just mine, Something custom, super simple, and really, really low cost. I was just so over dealing with complicated apps. I wanted a real, physical device that I could just turn on and bam, start listening. No fuss.
And this quote right here, it just nails it. This is the whole philosophy behind the project. We're not trying to build some crazy feature-packed gadget that does a million things. Nope, the goal is to hit that perfect sweet spot. The absolute lowest cost, smallest, and least complex design that still gives you that awesome, reliable streaming audio. That's the magic.
So how does this whole thing actually work? Well, it's actually beautiful in its simplicity. First, you just load up your favorite stations into a simple text file. That's it. Then the ESP32 chip, that's the brain of the whole operation, it grabs that info, connects to your Wi-Fi, and starts decoding the audio stream. From there, a tiny little board, the MAX98357A, acts as the amplifier. It takes that digital signal and turns it into actual sound. And how do you control it? With a super satisfying simple jog dial that lets you flip between stations. Easy, right?
All right, let's talk about the blueprint. What parts do you need and what's this going to cost? Now, I know what you might be thinking, oh, this is going to need some expensive, hard-to-find parts. But trust me, you're going to be really surprised. Getting everything you need is super easy and, well, let's just say it's very affordable.
So here it is, your shopping list. It's pretty short. At the heart of it is the ESP32 Dev Kit C. That's our brains, handling the Wi-Fi and all the processing. Then we've got the MAX98357A. Think of this as the voice. It's a tiny little audio amplifier that does all the work. For our controls, a simple rotary encoder, which gives us that nice clicky jog dial. And of course, a speaker, a standard 18650 battery for power, and a small boost converter to keep the power supply nice and stable. Seriously, that's the whole shebang.
Okay, the big question. What's the damage to the wallet for all these parts? Get this, you're looking at somewhere between 1,000 to 1,300 rupees. That's it. I'm not kidding. For a fully functional, totally portable Wi-Fi radio that you built. It's just an absolutely incredible value. Okay, we've got our parts, we know what it costs. Now for the fun part. Let's build this thing. And hey, if you're new to electronics, don't sweat it. This is way less about complicated soldering and much more like putting together a few pieces of a really cool puzzle.
First things first, let's get the audio wired up. It's just 3 little connections. We're hooking up 3 pins from our ESP32, the brain, over to the amplifier, the voice. There's one for the actual audio data, one for a clock signal to keep everything perfectly in sync, and a third to handle left and right channels. That's all it takes for the music to get from the processor to the speaker. Next up, the controller. And guess what? It's another 3 simple connections. 2 wires tell the ESP32 which direction you're turning the dial, and the third one is for the push button that's built right into the dial. It's these 3 little wires that give our radio that awesome, classic, hands-on feel. Okay, I've got to tell you about the magic ingredient that makes this whole project so, well, easy. It's the software libraries. Think of them as pre-written packages of code that do all the really hard work for us. I mean, all of it. Connecting to Wi-Fi, handling the streaming, decoding the audio, you name it. We don't have to write a single line of that complicated stuff. This is the secret sauce that puts this project in reach for pretty much anyone. And what about power? Well, we've kept that super simple and safe too. It's just a clean little chain. The battery plugs into a charging module, which handles all the charging safely. That then sends power to the booster, which gives us a nice, stable 5 volts that all our parts need to run happy. It's a really reliable setup. And just like that, we've gone from a simple idea to a fully built radio. So now let's talk about the payoff. What can this little thing actually do? How about battery life? Well, on just a single charge from one of those standard 18650 batteries, you're going to get a solid 8 to 10 hours of playtime. Yeah, you heard that right. That's enough to get you through an entire workday or a long evening of just kicking back and listening. No power outlet in sight. So let's just step back and look at what we've made here. We've got a completely portable Wi-Fi internet radio. It's got a real physical dial for changing stations. It pulls that station list from a super simple text file you can change whenever you want. It runs pretty much all day on a single charge. And the best part of all, you built it for a tiny, tiny fraction of the cost of buying one. That's awesome.
But wait, there's more. The journey doesn't have to stop here. Think of this as your starting point, your platform. What's next? You could totally add a little OLED screen to show the station names, or what about using that push button on the dial for volume control? You could even get fancy and host your station list online so you can update it from anywhere. This simple design, it's just the beginning.
So there you have it. We've gone through the why, the what, and the how of building a seriously cool and affordable Wi-Fi radio. This whole project is about empowering you to make something real, something useful. We've laid out the whole roadmap. So, the only question I have for you is, what are you going to build?